Welcome to Crafting K Studio. Thanks for joining us. This week we're going to look at Top 10 must-have craft tools. Number 10 is scissors. Now you do need some good scissors, but not just one pair. I would recommend 5 pairs. A small set, your everyday set, a set you only use when cutting tape and sticky stuff, a set for those hard, tough ones like cardboard, and another one if you're going to cut material is a pair just for sewing. Don't be tempted to use it for anything else. If you keep these 5 sets, they'll stay fresh, good for cutting, and won't go blunt quite as quickly as if you use them for everything. And number 9 is glues. Now we all need glue to help us stick them down, but there are loads of them. And these are just a small amount of what I have. PVA glue, clear glue, tacky glue, wood glue, gel glue, really good if you want your item to stick up, stencil glue, bookbinding glue, really good for materials, and you've got pens, you've got it where you've got applicators, spray glues, syringes to actually make sure you get it in the right place. Lots of different types and applications of glue. A lot of glues, and these are just a fraction of what I own. When you're starting out though, you don't need all of these, you only need a couple. For me personally, I would get a bookbinding glue because it's really good when you're using material, a PVA like tonic glue or even a cheap one, and a gel glue. Really good, as I say, for making your decoupages stand out the page and make them look 3D. And number 8 is tapes. So having got glue, we also need tapes, be it sellotape, low-tack tape so we can remove it and it doesn't damage our card, red liner tape, really strong, holds things together when constructing, tape pens, which you can get different types, or alien tape, really strong for holding things up on the wall, etc. Again, you don't need all of these at the start, just get some double-sided tape, red liner tape, low tack tape, and a tape pen to ensure you've got everything you need. And number 7 is coloured marker pens. These are just some of the pens that I've got and the types. Just a bulk basic felt tip pen, a Spectrum Noir tri-blend, a Spectrum Noir tricolour, a chameleon pen, a Spectrum Noir Aqua pen, a home brand Aqua pen, a dual nibbed marker pen, and some fine liners. I wanted to show the difference between what these pens will do. Unfortunately, my camera angle isn't the best, as you'll see. But basically, an aqua pen means that you can use it as a felt pen and it won't rub out, but you can also add water and use it as a watercolour pen. I really love these Spectrum Noir aqua pens. You can also use it where you put it on the side, add water, and again use it like a water pen. But dry, they're absolutely fantastic and really blend well as well. The aqua pens all work the same way. The other ones are the tri-blend ones. Now these won't rub off, and if you add water then they don't mix and fade. Now the tri-blend pens, you'll start to see how they have a multitude of colours together and they're very similar, and this is where the shading really works well. So they don't wash off with water like the other pens do, but you start with your lightest colour, you then put your next darker colour to start giving your shade, and then you go in with your deepest colour. Once you finish, you go over again with your lightest colour, and this actually brings them all together. These are alcohol pens, so work really well. Don't need to buy these top quality pens necessarily. The next one is a home brand. Sorry you can't see it, but it works exactly the same as some of the others. They're not as good a pen, but they are certainly good for beginners, and you get a lot more for your money when using these pens. Don't rub off like before, but add water and they do blend in. But where you're just starting out, you can just use a cheap felt tip pen. And because they are cheap felt tip pens, they actually, whilst they don't rub off, they will actually merge with water. It's not the same effect, but it does give you a bit of a water colour. My favourite pen for blending though is the Chameleon. They aren't cheap at all, but what these do is really blend nicely. They're not water pens, so they don't move in that way, but for blending and shading they're really good. These pens have a chamber, and what the chamber does is remove some of the colour. So you start lighter and then it gets darker as you're going through. Really good for shading, and you don't have to swap pens. You just remove some of the colour from the chamber and it starts lighter, and slowly that original colour comes back and it enables you to do shading really easily. And I love these pens for blending. And fine line markers. These are really good for showing the outlines, and you can get them at different widths. Again, you don't need them all, but if I had to pick them, I'd pick the Chameleon for blending, the Tricolour Aqua, and a fine liner. Number 6 is a metal ruler. Don't get plastic, don't get wooden, because the edges don't become straight after a while when you chip them. You can get a protractor and a set square as well, but the ruler is what you need. It helps with all sorts of measurements, angles, and you can actually do circles with them. Number 5, a bone folder. This is something that enables you to crease your paper. You can get the traditional ones, as on the left here, or the ones that are used for vinyl work still really well for paper. They have velvet on the edge and therefore they don't damage your paper. Number 4 and 3 is a knife and a hole puncher or a pokey tool. Something to make a hole or poke through the hole. I know officially it's 3, but I needed it. The hole puncher and the pokey tool, any type will do. The knife, to begin with, just get a cheap knife. As you get more experience, you might want a better one. Number 2, brushes. Paint brushes, again, you can have lots and lots of ones. There can be a blending brush like this, a thin one, a medium one, a large one, a splayed one. Again, the list can go on and on and on as to what type you can get. You can buy them cheaply, you can buy them expensive. Just pick yourself up a cheap mixed set, and as you get more experience, you'll pick which ones you particularly like using, and you can buy more expensive ones at that point. And the number 1 item is a stamping platform. Stamps really help you, and you've got different types, just an acrylic block, a larger rocker block, smaller rocker block, or a stamping platform. The stamping platforms are hinged and they really help you, if you don't get enough ink on, to be able to re-stamp again in exactly the same place. If you're going about starting out and you can't afford the stamping platform, just an acrylic block is all you need. But personally, I love the stamping platforms. So let's put it all together, and what can you make with these top 10 items? Well, get a piece of white card and just cut a piece of it off. Draw a line with your metal ruler and cut it off with the scissors. Doesn't matter where it is, it's just a small piece on the edge. No measuring needed for this one. Cut it off and you're going to fold it in half. Keep both pieces, because one piece you're going to use for the card and the other piece you're going to stamp with. Fold over the larger piece, and using your bone folder you're going to put that crease into your card. And using the other piece, we're going to use it to stamp on it. Just get a stamp from a magazine, or you can pick them up relatively cheaply. I've put it onto my block and I'm using my Aqua pen for the ink. Yes, you can use stamp pads and yes, you can buy them, but to begin with, if you've got an Aqua marker or any other marker pen, use that. I like the Aqua markers because they're easy to wash up afterwards. Colour in all your stamp and just press down onto the extra bit of card. Now again, unfortunately my camera isn't very good, but I do then use the other colours to colour in the thanks. Then I used a piece of ribbon that I had hanging around from an old present, and I've attached that to the front of my card. Just using a bit of the tape and just wrapping it round the edges very slightly. Using the tape pen again, I just put some tape on the back of the stamped thanks that we've just coloured in and attach that over the top of the ribbon. Using the tools that I've just gone through, you've made a very quick, very easy thanks card. And that stamp on the front could be anything. It could be happy birthday, it could be congratulations. Hopefully you've enjoyed making a quick and easy card. I hope you enjoy this. Please subscribe and help my channel out. It really does mean a lot to me. Watch out for more videos and tutorials coming up. So the top 10 must-have tools are scissors, glue, tape, colour pens, metal ruler, bone folder, hole punch, knife, brushes and a stamping platform. Well, thanks for watching my video and I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, as I say, it really does help my channel, and I've put links below to all the items I've used or similar items so that you can go and buy them and hopefully begin to be a brilliant crafter. It really is enjoyable. Thanks a lot again, and until next time, bye for now.